The only way that we can build is together. Together as one, united we stand. How hard of a concept is that to grasp for African black people? You have some black people with a cowardice, defeatist mindset who believe that they are accepted, if they are accepted by the white hegemonic system, that they gonna get some milk and cookies, saying good boy, good boy, good girl, good girl. Not realizing you selling yourself short. Many of our brothers and sisters don't want to obtain power, don't want a nation within a nation. They'd rather submit to the white hegemonic system. And two proofs of this is the FBA, which I call the F-Boy Association, and then you have ADOS, the American Descendants of Silliness. How are you serious about obtaining power when you have the American flag on your Twitter handle? How are you serious when most black people in America support the one drop rule? We accept multiracial females and multiracial males as black, when in truth, they are not black. They may have African ancestry, but they're not black. Now you need proof. There is a research peer-reviewed study on loci, on how the light-skin trait was introduced into East Africa. You know, as a matter of fact, hold on a second, I'm going to pull that up for you. I'm back. I apologize for taking long. But this is a science article. It's a peer-reviewed study. Loci associated with skin pigmentation identified in African populations. You had the African genomics and skin color. And I'm about to show you why light skin is not an African trait. Okay, here we go. The most significantly associated single nucleotide polymorphisms were at SLC24A5, a gene associated with pigmentation in Europeans. We showed that the SLC24A5 was introduced into East Africa 5,000 years ago and has risen to high frequency. Let me repeat that. The most significantly associated single nucleotide polymorphisms were at SLC24A5, a gene associated with pigmentation in Europeans. We showed that SLC24A5 was introduced into East Africa 5,000 years ago and has risen to high frequency. The SLC24A5 is found in non-Africans. VI European introduced it to our brothers and sisters in East Africa approximately 5,000 years ago. Here is your proof that light skin is not an African trait. but you have many light-skinned humans who claim to be black. Now, they may have African ancestry, true indeed, but they are not African people by genetics. And I highly advise any black person, true African person, to at least study a little bit of biology and genetics. So, you black people who interracially date, you are erasing your gene pool. You show self-hate. You are creating a whole generation of mulattoes, octoroons, quadroons. Now just think if your offspring mated with a white, that's the end of your genetics. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't make them any less of a human being. That just means they're not true African people. Now, you can find this peer-reviewed study on science. But I want our people, true African people, to understand that light skin is not an African trait. This talk of diversity is a fallacy. It's not a true definition of diversity. Matter of fact, let us get a true definition of what diversity means. This is the dictionary version of what diversity is. And let's face it, as African people, we did not write this dictionary. The definition, as it's stated by the Oxford Language, as a noun, the state of being diverse, variety. There was considerable diversity in the style of reports. The practice of quality of including or involving people from a range of different social and ethnic backgrounds and of different genders, sexual orientation, etc. Equality and diversity should be supported for their own sake. That's just an example. See, where they misconstrued true diversity is among your own race. Say, for example, in our African, and among us African people, you have tall, you have short, we have twitch muscles. We have African textured hair. We're dark skinned, medium brown to dark skin, depending on the area that which we inhabit on the continent of Africa. Building our different immune systems, depending on which area of Africa that we as African people reside in. That is diversity, not this construed definition written by Europeans. I know some of you gonna be upset with me but it's fine. I have no issue. I'm not upset. I'm not angry. I just want to share the truth of who's truly African and who is not. And we have just as much right as any other race of people to protect our racial integrity. Medium brown to dark skin, African textured hair, anything past medium brown skin, you are not black. And do not be fooled by multiracials and biracials who wear braids, who lock their hair to fit in. How many of you know who this is? Well, Doug, you can see the name right there. This is Bob Marley. Our brothers and sisters in Jamaica praise him. But he is not an African male. He is a multiracial male. He is not black. Many of you will argue that he is black, but he is not a black man. He is a multiracial. His father was white. His mother was black. Oh, how many brothers love Halle Berry? And she's the most beautiful woman on the planet. Well, I'm sure most of you by now know that Halle Berry is not a black female. Her mother is white and her father is black. When are we going to learn to protect our racial integrity? My brothers and sisters, true African brothers and sisters. This is a slap in the face to our dark-skinned sisters who are truly African. This is who they're trying to replace you with, my sisters. Our true African sisters. They want to replace you with the multiracial female to make her the new black. And I have much respect and support true African females who push back against the multiracial females. So in conclusion, we need to protect our racial integrity. Biology is one of the keys that we can use to truly weed out who's truly African and who's not, based on the scale of brown to black skin, African textured hair. Now, many of us don't want to wear our natural hair. Many of us are ashamed of our natural hair, which you shouldn't be, because your hair is your true power. And I especially see this among black females who like to wear wigs. Why are you hiding your natural, beautiful, African textured hair? Why? What are you ashamed of? Why do you feel as though you need to color your hair? You are the original woman of this planet. You are beautiful. We know for a long time the black woman has been put down. And I apologize humbly for what my so-called fellow brothers have done to most of you. Well, make no mistake. We need you, we love you, and we cherish you, black woman. You are our support. Without the black woman, there is no black man. And I humbly suggest to any black female who's truly African-centered, do not listen to any other black woman who tells you that it's okay to abort black male babies. Be very selective of your mate and who you want to be the father of your children. And I hope that it's a black male, a true African male. Now, to my brothers. Sure, we are discouraged. Yes, some of our black women have mouthpieces on them. Remember, the greatest weapon a woman has is her mouth. And you will never win. See, we know how to use force. That's where you get your domestic abuse from. So some of my brothers, we need to learn how to control ourselves. Don't have your pants hanging half off your behind, and then on top of which being tight. That's not manly at all. That's actually emasculating you. Don't color your beard. Don't color your locks if you have them. Be proud and be natural as you are, because we are a powerful, powerful race of man. We are the original man. Do you understand? Do not listen to no Kevin Samuels, who is a homosexual, multiracial male. Do not listen to anybody from the FBA, because they have no ideology. And more than likely, they're ass kissers and multiracials. They believe in the one drop rule. You don't have to believe in the one drop rule. That was something Europeans created to drop their little mixed children among black people to cause confusion. We need to regain our racial integrity, and we have a right to protect it, not a right, an obligation. And I also humbly suggest to any true African man or woman to read the Blueprint for Black Power by Dr. Amos Wilson, who is one of the greatest African-centered philosophers in the history of our people. May he rest in power. Also by Dr. Amos Wilson, The Falsification of African Consciousness. He has many more, he has several books to read. And it'll be a great start if you're truly serious about racial integrity and truly understanding what we are up against in this white hegemonic system. Now I know that some of you is going to be offended by this, and it's fine. You have a right to feel how you feel. The truth doesn't care how you feel. And my brothers, we need to carry most of the burden and responsibility to build our nation within a nation. That's our responsibility. Our black women are our support, and they need us to build structure, because with structure, all this behavior that you're currently seeing, especially here in America, will cease to exist. We are responsible for guiding our children. Do not believe in that individualism. That's a European mythology. I mean, that's all I got to say right now. You can like, comment, subscribe to the video. Give it a thumbs up if you agree. Give it a thumbs down if you disagree. Leave your comments below. Look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, Salagache, be well, take care.